What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Neighborhood Podcast. I'm one of the hosts of the podcast, Kevin Valentin, and in today's segment, we are going to talk about the Thursday night matchup between the Buffalo Bills taking a trip over to Foxborough to play a division rival in the New England Patriots. So, Kyle, with this being your team, this being a huge AFC East rivalry and battle, who do you think is going to come out on this Thursday night matchup and why?
I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. I just simply have more faith in them to go on the road to Foxborough and get this win than compared to the Patriots playing in front of their home crowd, even though the Patriots played on Thanksgiving last week. And I will say that they had probably one of their best performances offensively that we've seen from them the entire season. The defense got absolutely smoked by Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and that Vikings offense. They gave over 30 points. And when it comes to the Bills and the offense that they have at their disposal, the Bills do have one of the better offenses in the NFL. And whenever the Patriots have been tested defensively against a top rated offense, New England has struggled. A couple weeks back, when the Patriots played the Ravens, Lamar Jackson absolutely torched New England in every way imaginable. And New England gave up, I believe, over 35 points in that game. Like last week, gave up 33 to Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Going up against Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie. That's a pretty solid roster to work with when it comes to the Bills. And offensively, even though the Bills have had their issues the last couple of weeks in turning the ball over in the red zone, when they've played against New England, recent memory tells me that they've had really solid success against this Patriots defense. When I look back to that wild card round game last year at home in Buffalo, I mean, it was an absolute runaway of a game. New England wasn't even competitive in that game simply just because the Bills won that game in the first half, and essentially the entire second half was just garbage time. And then when the Bills played in the regular season against the Patriots in Gillette Stadium, the Bills put up over 30 points in that game. Stephon Diggs absolutely torched the Patriots secondary, and the Patriots had no answer to slow down Josh Allen in that offense. And going into this game, the Bills, like I said, have their issues, but based off of what they've done in recent memory to the Patriots, granted, this is a Thursday night game, and typically we don't see teams really put up high type of numbers as far as points are in these Thursday night games, but I still believe that the Bills could put up 25, potentially 30 points in this game going up against this New England defense. New England would have to show me that they could actually slow down and contain Josh Allen. And up to this point, the last couple of years, they haven't been able to do that. And when it comes to the Patriots offense going up against this, what I would consider pretty solid Bills defense, albeit injured defense because they won't have Von Miller in the fold, Mac's going to show me that he could make those third down conversions, extend drives, and put New England in a position to get to the red zone and actually score touchdowns instead of settling for field goals. This year, particularly, New England has done a pretty solid job to move the ball close to the red zone, but whenever they've gotten either to like 25 and closer, they have had to settle for field goals instead of getting touchdowns. And going up against this Bills defense is not going to be easy. So if they're able to execute on third down, get into the red zone and score touchdowns, then maybe this game is a little bit more competitive. But I just don't see New England being able to get this win at home. I really see this game going one of two ways. Either the Bills absolutely smoke New England at home by 2+ touchdowns, or this game is rather defensive. New England holds their own against Josh Allen and that offense, but because of Mac Jones and the Patriots offense and their inability to score in the red zone consistently when it comes to touchdowns, I would still believe that the Bills would be on top because they would find a way to expose that Patriots secondary enough to get Stephon Diggs at least a touchdown, and maybe Gabriel Davis or Dawson Knox might get in the fold there as well. It's just really kind of how I see this game playing out. I think the only way that New England would win this game is if they just lean on Ramondre Stevenson. He gets 25 carries since Damian Harris is out of this game. But I think that the Patriots offensive line is going to have their issues because Isaiah Wynn is not going to play in this game. And David Andrews is dealing with a thigh hamstring issue, which by all accounts just a couple of weeks ago was looked at as a season-ending injury. But if he were able to play, maybe that would help their offensive line. Maybe not. If he's at 85%, that could actually hinder their running game. So to me, there's just too many question marks when it comes to the Patriots, not enough consistency from them. And despite the issues that the Bills have had within the last 2-3 weeks or so, I got to favor them in this one. I'm going to say that the Bills win this one by the score of 27-20. I believe it would be a one possession game when it's all said and done. But I got to go with the Bills here. And I'm speaking as a Patriot fan here, but I just haven't seen enough from the Patriots this year to tell me to pick them in this game. So I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one.
I'm actually going to go with the opposite. I'm actually going to have more faith in your team than you do for once, and I'm usually the pessimistic one. And the reason is, listen, Buffalo's been off their game the last couple of weeks. Buffalo led up 25 points to Detroit. Now, Detroit has showed that they can be competitive, but when you let Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a Lions defense that isn't exactly known for pressuring the quarterback to get after Josh Allen the way that they did and score the football as efficiently as they did, I'm going to say with the Patriots being a better team than Detroit, having a better defense and a slightly better offense, depending on who you ask, as of recently, aside from the Jets game, I think, and again, this is just my personal opinion, I think that Mac Jones and the Patriots will be prepared. It is a home game. They haven't played in a week, so they've had a full resting point. They've had a full week of practice. Then you go and you look at it and you say, well, the Bills' offensive line is still injured. You have Matt Judon and Bill Belichick. Last I checked, Bill Belichick knows how to play against a division and at the same time find ways to win gritty games. With the Bills relying solely on Josh Allen's arm and their defense missing Von Miller, and with the injuries to the secondary, to the offensive line, I think this is poised position for the Patriots to come out and win this one. They lost a nail biter to the Vikings last week, and that's only because potentially you can make the argument they got screwed out of the game between the refs and a bad call with Hunter Henry scoring the touchdown. So it really depends on how you look at it. But the Patriots are competitive right now. Mac Jones hasn't been playing the greatest football of his career. Let's be honest. Let's be blunt here. It's been a sophomore slump. But over the course of the last couple of games, he has looked a lot better than he has prior. And I think that between Mac Jones playing efficiently, Ramondre Stevenson running the football, I mean, we saw the successful formula last year, right? They ran the ball over, 30, 40 times, and Mac Jones had 3 passing attempts. I'm not saying that that's going to be the case in this game, but there is a successful formula for a reason. Now, you could also make the argument last year they didn't have Von Miller in terms of Buffalo's defense, but Von Miller isn't going to be playing in this game, and you have to take advantage of the players that are not available. And if New England were to run the ball another 25, 30 times, be efficient in the air, and take the ball away from Josh Allen, who has been coughing it up quite a bit over the course of the last month, I would say that that's a favorable favorable formula for the Patriots to have success. Again, with it being the AFC East, Belichick knowing how to take away your best option, I would assume Stephon Diggs will be locked up because the Bills do not run the ball as efficiently as most other teams. Now, they have been running it with Singletary a lot more recently, but I think that Belichick will allow that to happen as opposed to Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis killing you in the air for 200 yards in total between the two of them. I got faith in the team that arguably I could hate the most, that they are going to find a way to upset Buffalo on a Thursday night game with a chance to remain relevant in the division and potentially get probably one of the more exciting games of the year out of the way early, or should I say later in the season. So I'm going to go with New England. I say it's going to be a close game only because, once again, with New England's offense being on and off and Buffalo coughing up the football at least 1 to 2 times a game, I think that this could be a low-scoring game as well, maybe 17-20. 17-14, something like that. I don't think this is going to be a high-powered game. I do agree with Kyle to a certain extent. It is going to be either a close game or a blowout, and the blowout obviously will be in Buffalo's favor because of the weapons that they have. If New England's defense doesn't come to play, this is going to be an easy crapshoot of a blowout. But again, with them having a full week to prep, get ready to go, they are home. I think that will poise a very, very, very good challenge for the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night.